Hello guys, it's time for another successor battle. This time it's well, you could say another epic one. It's Ipsus 301 BC. This is located in today's central Turkey, region that was called Phrygia. And well, there's a gap here between the years of the two battles we fought last time and this one, and things has well, many things have happened during that time. Most importantly, Alexander's heirs have been executed, so there's no real heir for Alexander who could basically take over his empire. So so we have instead a lot of smaller but not small kingdoms over in Greece, in Persia, and all the way to India and down to Egypt. So many kingdoms where the successor generals had established themselves as kings. So anyway, we have Antigonus here, who we have seen in some previous fights. He has kind of decided a year before this that he will make one more attempt, to unify all these kingdoms and recreate this vast empire of the Macedonians, with him, of course, as the king or emperor. So, and he is actually in a good way to do that, because he has conquered and has been very successful. But of course, this led to the other kings joining an alliance against him, kind of an anti-Antigonid alliance, right? And for this battle, we have many kings present, and also a bunch of, or a few at least, of to-be kings. So this is also called the Battle of the Kings, actually, because we have guys from Macedonia, we have Seleucus himself from the eastern part of the old Macedonian Empire. Actually, Ptolemy of Egypt should have been here as well, because he was part of the alliance, but he got interrupted. He heard some rumors that there had already been a battle, and the alliance lost that battle, so he didn't dare to march north with his army to join the other alliance troops, so he actually went home again. But anyway, there's a substantial force that the alliance has gathered up here, and I'm not really sure about the numbers, but I think it's pretty evenly matched, at least in terms of infantry. But there are other factors here that is not so balanced. For instance, Antigonus is really heavier on cavalry here than the alliance. On the other hand, Seleucid did bring with him loads and loads of elephants to this battle. Perhaps I'm lying, but I think it's actually hundreds of them. It's a crazy number of elephants he brought. And I must mention, that was what Seleucid did was a really, it's a great of an effort. Okay, Hannibal will later also march with the elephants. He will go over the Alps, and that's a famous thing. But I think Seleucid did, if not equal, then maybe an even more impressive march, basically from India and up to central Turkey, keeping his army somewhat intact and keeping these elephants on the march. And this is not just a slow march. This was pretty much a quick force march he did to join up in time to meet Antigonus in battle here. And that's a big thing, actually. Anyway, the guys arrayed, and well, I can also mention we have, of course, Lysimachus here. We have Antigonus on this side. We have Demetrius, he's not the king yet, but he will be, and he's the son of Antigonus. He will be the king of Macedonia. And here's an interesting guy, Pyrrhus. So he's not a king, but he's also a king to be, and we will see him later on in Commands and he's an interesting figure for Commands and Colors fans, because there are a few battles when he goes to Italy. But we will return to that. Let's not linger on to that now. So, as I said, many kings, at least 3 kings here, and a bunch of to-be kings here. So this is really a battle of the kings. Anyway, the battle, when the battle started, the phalanxes was of course moving forward, and most importantly, Demetrius with his superior cavalry on the Antigone, the right, was facing a weaker left on Seleucus' side. So they basically crushed into here, bringing the left wing of Seleucid to a rout. So they did rush away from here, but the bad thing with that was that Demetrius didn't stop there, but he did a full pursuit, went way out of the battle scene here, and was kind of gone. I mean, if he could have at least detached some force, he could have swung and maybe hit some in the rear or in the flank here. Anyway, they were gone. In the meantime, the phalanxes met. A very hard infantry fight was taking place here, and Antigonus was very, very eager to get his son back to the battle, and he was basically waiting for that to happen all the time. But the problem was he didn't appear. So the battle raged on. He waited, and eventually there were signs of Demetrius' return. Okay, so that brings us to another brilliant thing that Seleucus did, because apparently he did not deploy all the elephants from the beginning to take part in the initial clash or main clash even, but he did put a substantial maybe the majority of the elephants in reserve actually. So he had them back here behind the main lines, and when he saw that Demetrius was returning, he simply took those elephants who were not exhausted or anything, they had been in reserve, marched them to his left, and basically built an elephant wall here. So he hindered Demetrius from returning to the battle and taking part of this battle. So he kept his Demetrius cavalry out of this business for the rest of the battle. And that was a huge blow for Antigonus. He still decided to fight, but the problem was now there was some freed up cavalry that Seleucus had, or the alliance had, and they, if I'm not mistaken, they rode diagonally over the battlefield and attacked this flank, or the right-hand flank of the infantry of Antigonus' forces. So they started to roll up the flank, and that was a huge problem. Antigonus, though, with his phalanxes, stayed and fought, and actually he did fail in that battle, and the battle was basically lost, and Antigonid forces started to retreat from the battle. Among the guys who retreated was actually this Pyrrhus guy, so he survived, so he went away with some cavalry, I guess, and yeah, as we know, we will see him again. I forgot to note another peculiar thing with this setup. It's related to Antigonus. I mean, this guy, when this battle took place in 301, he would have been like, I think he was 81 years old, right? So he's a really, really old man. And just, in my mind, I mean, to be part here and do the battle, that's an amazing thing. I mean, gosh, I mean, 81 years old and fielding for battle, that's impressive. I mean, just to be here is impressive with that age. So it's so he must be a really Iron Man, that guy. Anyway, he fell here, and probably he did that with full honors because he fought to the last drop here with his phalanxes. Yeah, so that's what how this ended. So, of course, this was the last real last chance to, you know, bring back that big empire. So, from this day on, there will be more of these kingdoms spread out here and there. So that's it. So let's take a look at the War Council. As we said, we have Antigonus here on this side. They will get 5 command cards, and they will actually move first. I think that's because we might get a chance to attack with Demetrius first. Seleucus will get 6 command cards, and it says Seleucus and Lycimachus here as the command leaders. They will start the battle. No, sorry, they will get 6 cards, but Antigonus will start the battle. We'll fight till we get 8 banners, so this is a fairly large battle. So maybe at last we could see some real infantry battle here. Perhaps. Yeah, alright, here it says, okay, it was even more than I thought. Seleucus brought 400 elephants from India to the battle. This is a crazy amount of elephants to march up from India to central Turkey, don't you think? So, yeah, so the counter mix or the block mix doesn't have all 4 units of elephants that we need, so the Carthaginians have been so kind to borrow us some African elephants for this battle to deploy on Seleucus' side. So let's take a look at... otherwise, there's no terrain, no other special rules, so this is a fairly straight one. So let's take a look at the forces. So let's start with Antigonus and his right flank led by Demetrius here. So we have, back there we have 2 medium heavy cavalry. Up front we have a light cavalry and a heavy cavalry. And that's the unit where Demetrius is attached. And here we have a light bow and some elephants. Yes, Antigonus also had a fair amount of elephants in this battle, and actually that's 2 units in this game, or this scenario. And protecting these elephants is a unit of light infantry. Okay, so back to the main line again. There we have some auxilia. We have medium heavy infantry, and there we find also Antigonus himself attached to a phalanx, and there's 2 more phalanxes, so in total 3 heavy infantry or phalanx units here, 2 more of medium heavy infantry, and there we find Pyrrhus, and then we have some auxilia and the other elephant all the way on their left. In front of them we have some screening, skirmish protection, light infantry and light bow. So pretty solid and big line here. Okay, so on Seleucid side we have some light cavalry up there, light infantry, a chariot. These are more Eastern style troops. We have some bows and light infantry. Back here we have a heavy cavalry, and that's led by Antiochus. So there's some punching power here as well. I mean, this heavy cavalry and that chariot there. Okay, then we have the main line. We have Seleucus himself here. He's attached to an auxiliary unit. Then we have the Alliance's big line of phalanx here, also led by Lycimachus here on the right. So here's 4 units of heavies against the 3 there. Then we have some heavy cavalry again, light cavalry, and then those borrowed elephants from the Carthaginians, and then we have in front of them light infantry, bows, and another chariot unit. So here's another Russian kill unit. And as we said already, we had this big reserve of elephants here. These 3 units here in the baseline, well protected from any missiles or other threats right now. So basically, there's no elephants up front. If you also think of that one not being really in the front yet. So pretty interesting. So for tactics then, well, I guess I wanna, if possible, I want to follow history on Antigone's side. I think that cavalry flank should attack this one because they are heavier and more numerous there and more flexible, and so I think he can do some good hits here. We could gather a banner or two for sure here. Otherwise, I think both guys are pretty keen on just advancing with the phalanx. Okay, we have more heavies here than on Antigone's side, but they are backed up by 3 medium heavies that these guys lack. So we have a good chance for to have a good infantry fight, even from the eyes of Antigonus. On this flank then, well, it's a bit, I mean, here for sure the Alliance or Seleucids have more power, and they have some heavy infantry, the heavy cavalry, sorry, the elephants and chariots. We have elephants there, but no other mounted troops there, so we could do a fast-paced hit here as well. Let's see, that could be a possible solution to get some banners. I mean, we could get the elephants attacking the other elephant there. But otherwise, the phalanxes will probably move on towards each other and see how the infantry fight turns out. And that will for sure be started off with some skirmishing fire happening before the main lines reach each other. I mean, there's 5 or 6 hexes to go before we reach each other, so it will take some time. So that's it. I can also mention, of course, I will play with Stuka Joe's rules again, Solitaire rules. And for this battle, as Seleucus has 1 card more than Antigonus, the way this system works for the gaps is that you simply add 1 more card to the A slot if there is a 1 card difference. Would there be another one, I would also put another card on D. So whenever we face A up, we will face up both cards, and whenever we can choose a card from slot A, we can choose either of these 2 cards. So that's a bit more flexibility for Seleucus here. So, but Antigonus will be the guy who starts, so let's kickstart it. So let's see what he gets. It's an A, B, or C, and of course we should already have these up. So we I think I need these papers still just to check out, so I don't forget anything. So if not turning face up, flip any face down cards in spaces A, B, or C. So we're gonna flip up C as well. Here we go. So we have heavy troops, an outflanked, and 2 units left. So we have pretty much on the left hand side happening here. But we could of course move our heavies, because that would mean we're starting to move up our phalanx line as well. And we could, the bad thing is we cannot reach anything yet, so maybe we should do a preparation round first. The problem is though, if I was thinking I could play the outflank, right? I can move up the elephants and prepare for a later assault, but the thing is, there's two good skirmish troops here, and you know, if we start getting flags on those elephants, they're starting to panic and trampling. So I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I should start with skirmish here and preparation of an assault here instead. I think so. So I'm gonna play the outflanked. So I'm gonna order Demetrius and one of the medium heavies there, and here I will go with some skirmishing. And why not start harassing that elephant right away? So let's go forward 2. These guys will just go here. They can throw some javelins on these chariots here. And here I will prepare for an assault. So I will go, let's see. Bad thing is I'm putting myself in the line of fire of that bow if I go forward. But I think I need to do that anyway. Most of these guys can also evade, but this one can't. So I think I go like this and this. They can of course not battle right now. What I was worrying about is these guys already in range of Demetrius himself, but let's see. Hopefully we'll survive that. Then we have some fire to do. So let's start on the flank. The bows fire against the elephant. And you know what? That's a hit. Good start here from the Antigonid skirmishers. Then we have the light infantry throwing the javelins against that chariot. And we got another hit. Crazy good rolls here in the beginning. Crazy good rolls. Alright, that was not expected, I guess, for the Seleucids. They're already pretty weakened here. Let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna, before we roll the die, I'm gonna do this reveal of A and B slots. So we have a double time, we have an order unit center, and we got 3 units right. 3 units center, 3 units right. Okay, let's see. So let's roll a die for Seleucid. Okay, that's one of these special results. Face up tactics card or lowest order count face up section card. Okay, so I can basically play whatever card I want, because this is the tactic card we have, a double time. Or we play one of these, because both of these will order 3 units. So, how do we counter this? 3 units either here or in the center. And I think we need to respond here now when we got a bit weak. So let's play the 3 on the right. And let's see. We can pour in some bow fire. I think that could be good. I don't have any other skirmishers who can reach those guys. This is a bit of an... Those guys are annoying there. The thing is, I would like to get these guys in cover, but it's a bit difficult if we activate that unit, because I don't want to move those. No, let's scrap that. We're gonna move these 3. So the light cavalry will actually rush up there. These guys will move back. These guys will move up and attack. I know those guys will evade, but it's okay. We still got these 4 dice in there, so it's nice. Okay, so let's see where to start then. I wonder if these guys want to evade from that light cavalry there, or if they dare to stay. Thing is, they are not. They're not supported, so I think I'm gonna do the evade. So we roll 2 dice for the light cavalry. No greens, so these guys evaded successfully back there. Sorry, there we are. And then we have the heavies. These guys will try to evade, but now we're gonna roll 4 dice. So there's a good chance we get at least 1 green. Nope, that was a bad roll for Seleucus. So those guys evade successfully, and these guys just stay here. Okay, I was hoping to at least get some blocks here, but that was not successful. Well, at least we managed to put up a screen against our weakened heavier troops here, but I must say Antigonus has been a bit more lucky in the beginning here. So we're gonna put another face down card in slot day. No, maybe it should be face up since this guy is face up. This is a thing I'm not sure about this rule. Basically these cards will always be face up, right? Because I can only play 1 of these each turn. So the other one will always be face up. But maybe that's something you should have when you have the bonus of having more cards than your thought opponent, but maybe it doesn't really matter. Anyway, new card there, and it's Antigonus again. C, D, or E. So we're gonna pull these up. So we have either 2 over there, or we can play an inspired leadership here, or 2 units center. And the leadership card is pretty good on the right hand side, because this means we could order 5 units. So we can really do a heavy charge this time. And I think I'm gonna do that. This is a perfect opportunity for Demetrius to show himself as a able commander of the cavalry. So here we go. So it's Demetrius, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and plus 4. We need to do it like this then, I guess. Yes, that's okay. So let's see. These guys cannot evade, I see now. They are kind of blocked there, so that's a good one. So we're gonna rush in with our medium heavies. I want to hit that chariot with my heavies actually. Let's do that. So I go here. This means I also get the leader bonuses here. The light cavalry can go 4. Let's put them 1, 2, 3 here so they can throw some javelins. These guys march up 1. They can fire. And we just put these guys in reserve, maybe here. Now these guys are in support. But still they can retreat out of here if they got hit back. That's cool. So let's see where to start. I think I'll start with the melee anyway, so let's start here. So it's 3 dice, and okay, those guys are supported, but on the other hand, I have a leader adjacent to me, Demetrius himself, so I hit with leader symbols. Let's see. That's 2 hits. Not bad. Not bad. But they will now hit back with 2 dice. They managed to get a hit on us as well. So 1 block down there from the Antigonus cavalry. And then we have the heavy against this heavy, and I'm sure those guys cannot evade. They can only evade against foot. I'm sure of that. I don't even bother to look that up. So let's roll. It's 4 dice. And okay, I can take, or Seleucid can take 1 flag there. But that's it. Okay, let's see what we get. I think they also ignore 1 sword symbol, but we didn't roll any of those. So let's see, we got 1 hit, we got 2 hits, so this means the chariot is eliminated. Bang! So we got the first banner, and that's for Antigonus' side. Pretty good. This means we destroy those guys, we can go in 1 more, and should I be really daring to go here and attack either those guys or those guys who cannot, you know, retreat anymore? It would be nice to hit these heavies and even with a bit of luck get Antiochus. Because if I attack only from here, those guys just evade. I will go in. I will be daring now with Demetrius. So we go in there, we attack once more, but I am not sure who to attack. I want to attack these guys, but they are supported, they have a leader, so they pretty much ignore the flags. These guys are supported, they can ignore 1 flag, but then we will, you know, flags will be 2 hits per because they can't retreat at all. So this is difficult. I mean, this could give me or Antigonus another banner, but this is hitting more valuable troops for the future, so to speak. So yeah, let's take those guys, because if we do, they don't have really much to retaliate with. They have the elephants they kind of rush in here now, but I think these guys can evade from elephants. Yeah, let's attack the heavies. That's my decision. So it's 4 dice. Let's see. Okay, we got 2 hits on the heavies. Bang. Pretty good, pretty good. We're gonna see if Antiochus survived. I can't believe it. He died. He fell. Did I roll a flag? I don't remember. Oh man. Oh, this was crazy. Okay, he fell. We're gonna give Antiochus another banner first. The thing is, I don't remember if I rolled a flag. I don't think I did that. I hope I don't play this wrong, because now these guys can retaliate. But if I roll a flag, they should have been. They need to retreat now. Well, at least I put the dice here. I cannot see any flag here. So, well, let's say we didn't roll a flag, so they're gonna retaliate now. But as they don't have any leader, they missed us completely. No reds either, so they were pretty in shock here. They couldn't retaliate effectively, but they're still alive, barely. Okay, we still have some skirmish fire to do, and we start with these guys. They have basically 2 targets. I'm gonna choose these guys. No, I don't know if it makes sense, because they are supported and I only have 1 die. No, let's put the fire on those bow units. Maybe we can get those to retreat. Oh, that was a miss. Then we have our bows, same target, 1 die. And that's a hit. I must say Antigonus is doing very well here in the beginning. 2-0 in banners also. So we move away that one and put that there. Okay, that was a pretty interesting battle. Okay, they did some... I mean, these guys bite back and got one of the medium heavies here, but It is a crisis on the left-hand flank here now. That's for sure. So Seleucids really need to be able to retaliate and scare these guys off again. Let's see if they can do that. So let's roll a die. It's a D or E. So let's see what hides underneath these slots. We have a coordinated attack or order medium troops. Well, with the medium troops we cannot do anything here. On the other hand, we don't have any medium troops, right? That's true. So basically we can order one unit of our choice with this card. Or we move one in each section, which I think could be more of a nice thing to do. Let's play the coordinated attack. So what should we do then? I think we should I wonder what to do here. One thing I could do is take these guys from the left-hand flank, put them there, right, to block these Demetrius from retreating, then rush in with an elephant from the center and attack. I think I would get, I need to check how many dice I get for that attack, but I guess I get 4, and you know what, I re-rolled these guys, so we have a good chance to eliminate those guys. That's really a tempting thing. And here, well, maybe do a crazy attack with a heavy cavalry here, because we have some units that cannot retreat. Yeah, I'll do that. That's my plan. So I'm gonna use the one of the reserve elephants already, and here we're gonna rush in. We're gonna make some damage here now. So we attack there. The bow unit marches here to boldly block the line of retreat for the heavy cavalry, and these guys go 1 and 2 there, and we will have an elephant attack. I'm gonna bring up the game chart to see how many dice I can get from this elephant attack. So just a moment. Okay, so apparently I will roll the same amount of dice that the heavy cavalry gets. So this attack will be a 4 dice attack, and that's pretty good. Especially I think these guys will be re-rolled, so that's good. But just to keep the tension here a bit, let's start here. So these heavy cavalry over there charge into... who should we pick? I think we pick those... let's pick the bows there, over there. It's 4 dice. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's 2 hits. No, it's 3 hits. Right. Pretty awesome. And now they will retaliate with 2 dice. And they not adjacent to the leader, so that's a miss. Good charge there. Scattering off those light bow units there. And here's the main attack. So the elephant goes full in. It's 4 dice, and let's see what happens. Okay, we got... let's see, that's 1 flag so far. That's not enough because we have a leader. That's a miss, and that's a miss, and that is a hit, and we're gonna re-roll that. So let's put the result here, so and roll another die, and that's a miss. So basically we got 1 hit from this attack. Bang, and we're gonna see what happens with Demetrius, because if he dies we have a flag that unit must take. But he's fine. So they will now retaliate and attack with 4 dice against that elephant. But hey, there's something with cavalry attacking elephants. Let's see. what that was. Here we go. May ignore 1 hit and 1 flag when attacked by cavalry chariot. So 1 hit and a chariot. Also, all sword hits are ignored, so they are pretty immune. But let's see. Okay, so 1 hit is ignored because we are attacking with cavalry, but the other hit we need to take. So it was a kind of an exchange happening here. Now's the question. Do we dare to attack with a bow unit in close combat here? The thing is, we cannot, if we don't, these guys could attack us instead and we cannot retreat and we will be dead. I'm putting myself in difficult situations here for both sides. That's for sure. Should we attack? We got 2 dice. We only hit with reds, basically. And to get an effect from a flag, we need to roll a double flag. That's pretty far-fetched, but well, oh man, this is difficult. Should I or should I don't? Should we roll for it perhaps? A good old roll. Yes, let's do that. Let's say 1, 2, 3. We break off the attack. 4, 5, 6. We will dare the attack with the bows. And that's a 4. We will attack. That's a good old Seleucid offensive here. So it's 2 dice. And let's see what we get. That's 1 flag and 1 leader. And that's not enough. So that's not a hit. So we're going to get hit back by 4 dice. And I'm afraid this will be bye-bye. Okay, we can take 1 flag. But they got 3 hits on us. And that means we are dead. Crap. So by this, Antigonus will get yet another banner. Oh, that's crazy. That hurt. And now he has a free path to getting out of here. So in the end, bad decision by me to attack. But, well, it's always easy to say after you have rolled a die, right? Okay, let's get the new card to Seleucid. And then it's Antigonus again. I'm gonna roll to see what he can choose from. Okay, and now we got this guy, and that said that C or lowest order count face up section card. C or lowest order count. So C is this. And this is also an order count which is lowest. I think infantry heavy troops also counts as an section card in this rule. But since we have more heavies than 2, we need to basically choose one of these 2. So it's 2 in the center or 2 over here. No, it's 2 over there actually, because it's the left hand side. So interestingly, Antigonus' momentum has slowed here a bit now. He couldn't really keep up the pressure here. So and there's no troops in the center who can aid him right now. This is interesting. So maybe we should need to do something here then. Let's see. We could attack that with, for instance, the elephant, but those guys will evade. But I think I need to do that to scare those heavy cavalry away. So we basically need to do this. We go here, and we go here. So elephant will now attack the heavy cavalry. They will try to evade, but I get the 4 dice. And we got 1. Then they will evade. And now these guys can throw their javelins. Same target, only 1 die because we moved. And that's another hit. I mean, everything goes Antigone's way right now. Yeah, so lucky now. So okay, so that basically we have neutralized that heavy cavalry too. So all the heavies they have here has been reduced to 1 block by skirmishing. Impressive. Okay. That was, by the way, the 2 units left. To replace that 1. And let's play the Seleucus turn as well. This is a bit critical, but not hopeless. I mean, we have some Antigonus units that we have worn down. I mean, we now get another chance on these, on Demetrius, if we are lucky with this roll. So it's an A, B or C. That sounds good, because we have a few cards to... We have a counterattack, that will be 2 units here. Maybe not that interesting. We have a double time, nah. And these, 3 in the center or 3 or 2 on the right. Okay, we can really not respond on the left hand side here. The only way we could do that is by the double time to get in some guys here. But that's only lights, you know, so it's not really... the steam has gone off from this sector for now. That's interesting for both sides, actually. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see. Counterattack? Nah. 3 in the center or 2 here. We could do this last hurrah attack with a heavy cavalry. We could get that bow at least. And then we could get... problem is those guys will just evade. It's a difficult situation here. Maybe we should ride home with that heavy cavalry instead and try to save it. Get out away from that elephant at least. Because the thing is, we really don't want to lose more blocks there, or more units, I mean. Because the banner count has been, 3-0, that's not good. Problem is we need to, in that case, activate those guys. I think we're gonna do that. Gonna be a bit defensive here. So I move these guys just sideways 1, and these guys move back. And I can do 1 javelin attack here against that light with 1 die. And I missed, of course. Seleucids don't have that luck with the dice as those guys, but hopefully we got that guy away now. At least the elephant can't reach it. Yeah. That was the 2 on the right. So we're gonna replace that. So we got the 3 on the right now. That's the replacement card. And I think I'll end this session here. So just a quick sum up. As expected, Demetrius did a violent attack here. Great force. Yeah, breaking many units and hitting really hard. And Demetrius himself is leading the attack. Actually, kind of detached himself from the main line and had gone deep into Seleucid lines here. Counterattacked by elephants and whatnot, but he's still alive there. And he also managed to bite back with a heavy cavalry here. So he has basically there's two good targets here to get victory banners. Actually three. I mean, these guys can still not retreat, so they are trapped there. This is an interesting situation because the Tigonids could get some almost free banners there, but they need to get a good activation here. That's the thing. Over here, well, the Seleucids try to do what the Antigonids did here, violent attack, but the problem was it was crippled from the beginning by the skirmishes here, so these guys and these guys got some losses all from the beginning. But we managed to do an attack with a heavy cavalry, managed to scatter off lots of those bow units there, or bow blocks, but not eliminating it. So, and now they got pushed back by an elephant counter charge. Barely survived, but we are still there. So, well, and we still haven't seen no real movement of the phalanx lines. This is kind of the same pattern I've seen in the few battles back. The cavalry flanks are the main focus points where the banners are lost and won, and the centers just, you know, they are kind of the audience in the battle here are just looking at the flanks to see what happens. So let's hope we see more action in the center. It's up to the cards, of course. Anyway, Antigonids leads with 3-0, so it's looking good for them, and they have some more banners to pluck here, I'm sure of that. We will see some in the next session. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you're back for the part 2 of the Battle of Ipsus. Bye for now.